said about some strudels and a massive oven dust and some strudels. These are just some of my favorite things. Do-ba-do-do-do-do. Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to your favorite place to be, hopefully. And welcome back to a little update here on the channel. We're demonetizing the channel. And you might say, well, dude, you're making all that money from it. Not really. We are demonetizing the channel for something else is going on. So until further notice, no more ads, which I guess is good. But, you know, no more monetization. We're demonetizing the channel due to, I mean, I guess it would be kind of a legal reason, maybe. But we don't have to read too much into it, guys. We still got the same videos coming out, but we're going to be going for a while, maybe indefinitely. I don't know. We'll see how it pans out with this little thing I got going on here. But no more ads, guys. So we're going to catch you up on what you want to hear. So I hope you're doing well. Hope you happy Thursday, moving into the weekend here. With prices with Bitcoin hitting 100K, over 100K. It's at 111K, almost 112K. Or yeah, 111K. So we're hitting all-time highs, and what's really funny is that, have you noticed when you look at like mainstream media, they're not frontlining center Bitcoin hitting an all-time high, which is kind of different than what we saw back at the beginning of end of December, end of January, where it was like every single day you had all these Bitcoin ads and you know, hedge funds paying to frontline and center on the internet that Bitcoin is hitting an all-time high. But like, there's not really a lot of news on it today. There's actually like, if you look at CNBC and some of these websites, like they haven't even like mentioned Bitcoin hitting an all-time high, which is kind of weird, in my opinion. And also like, if you catch the last video we made a couple days ago or yesterday or whatever, we're noticing a lot of new coins come into existence essentially out of nowhere. I mean, when we see this, and when I've seen this before, what we see is like, we see a explosion of new coins being created out of thin air, supported by a variety of different exchanges, Binance, Upbit, Huobi, all the ones that we talked about in the last video. And then we see that start filtering over into some of the capped altcoins, some of the cap supply altcoins, some that are mineable, some that aren't. I don't really know if that's really, you know, I was kind of talking about that last video. Yeah, the mineable ones, but really it's not just the mineable ones, guys. It's the ones that have set circulating supplies. And let me know, guys, if there's a website out there, because a lot of new people are coming into crypto right now, and a lot of people are talking about, you know, we're seeing like new channels emerge. I'm seeing like people that I know like create YouTube channels on crypto. But we have to remember here that if a coin doesn't have a cap supply, the dev team can literally inflate the supply and take your money. Literally, it's that simple. It's literally in the token contract where like, if the coin, as people come in, they can literally dump their coins on them. It's just like the most basic pump and dump, and we're seeing quite a bit of that happening. Again, I'm not on Twitter or X or whatever, but I'm seeing through like people I know, like this is kind of starting to be a trend again. All right, we saw this before, which leads me to believe there's a good thing to that and a bad thing. The good thing is that likely we're still going to be pumping on a lot of altcoins that we're talking about here on the channel. But secondly, that this is not going to end well for most people, and it never does. The crypto world, it doesn't matter what we try to do for awareness and tell people about and try to spread like, hey, this is what not to do. The not to do's always end up playing out for the majority of people. So expect most people, as Bitcoin hits new highs, as we start seeing an explosion in some of the altcoins we talked about here on the channel, expect most of the people you know that aren't in this stuff and haven't been in this stuff for a while, I would say at least 5 years, they're going to lose all their money. They're going to lose all their money because they're not going to be able to understand how this inflation within the crypto space works, nor are they going to understand how circulating supply and token contracts work, because this is when it happens, guys. This is when people that are watching the channel, that have been watching the channel, that have coins in place, that have modest 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 portfolios, some even $100,000 portfolios become multimillionaires because it's simple math. It's 7 to 10x gains, guys. It's going to come around the board, and it's already happening in a variety of coins, with Bitcoin, obviously BTC being the driving force of the inflows, but the exchanges obviously flowing that money into alternate coins, some that they have self-interest in, some that are just automated based on the token, the trading pairs, and how the money just flows into the other alts. But I'll say this too also, is like with this explosion of new coins, we have to remember, if you're just catching the channel, that a token is not a coin. Okay, if there is no mining There is no central node operators that is set up in like a decentralized way. It's just a token. If it's just an ETH token contract or a Solana token contract, 99.999 repeating, it's garbage. It's absolute garbage, and you're going to lose all your money, not just part of it. You're going to lose all of it. And what that means is, guys, is like, if anybody knows a website where I can see, Binance used to do it on CoinMarketCap, where you could see the biggest wallet holders and what the cap supplies were. They took that off, so there's nowhere I know to go to see it. But I mean, obviously, being a crypto guy and people watching the channel, we know when a coin is truly decentralized, or at least somewhat decentralized, if it's it doesn't have mining and it doesn't have that incentive to take your money, which honestly, guys, that's like 0.1% of all cryptos, right? Drop it in the comments, guys, and let me know.